Tori Ali, and I'm back with another video. So today we'll be talking about my Brazilian wax experience. So I got my Brazilian wax done for the first time in August, I think. Yes, it was towards the end of August before I came back to school, and I was just like, didn't get a chance to do it all summer. One, I really didn't need to because I worked all summer, and when I did go to the beach and stuff, when it was time to go, I never had time to book the appointment to go and do it. So I just had to, you know, shave. And I used to use Nair, but while it helped, how do I explain it? So I also used to use Nair, and the chemicals in it made it kind of like harsh on my skin. So I ended up getting let me get it. I decided to use the I don't know if it'll focus. Come on, focus. So I decided to use the Nair Bikini Cream, and it's like the sensitive formula. It worked. I just always hated having to just sit down and wait for this thing to actually work. Like, I'd rather just go in, do it, it's done. And I felt like I would have to use like more than like, I have to use like a second coating because it wouldn't be as smooth as I wanted it to be. So I decided I was gonna do wax. My friend had done it, and she was like, yeah, it's pretty good, like it's smooth, it lasts really long. So I was like, I'm gonna try it out. Anyways, I booked my appointment. At first I booked it with the European Wax Center, and they use like, their technique is kind of different. I forgot. I think they use strips. I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong. But anyways, I was looking that up, and then I saw another YouTube video talking about waxing, and it was from Casey, I think her name is. I'll write it up here or something, but she's all into skincare. She's always like, you know, all about getting rid of dark marks, stuff like that. So she took us with her in her video to where she got her waxing, and she stated that it was sugar waxing. So that's when I started looking up sugaring, and I realized that European Wax Center didn't do sugaring, and it was just like, it's more healthy, it's just sugar in the wax, like. So I was like, okay, let me see if I can find somewhere that does sugaring. And that's when I found this company, and it was Black owned. It's called Spa by Claudia. Yeah, it's called Wax by Claudia, right? And it was in Philly. Well, not exactly in Philly, but not too far out. So I decided to go there, and it was cheaper than the European Wax. And I think for me, when I booked it, it was like 50 something, and here was like $38. So I guess depending on where you're at, like European Wax Center is the big brand, you know, everyone goes there, but you could find places around your area that charges cheaper, or it might be more expensive, I don't know, but you just have to do your research. So anyways, I decided to go to get my sugaring done, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna just go with the healthier or the one that's better on my skin. So I went, and they were really nice. Like, I got there, as soon as I got there, they were like, okay, we're gonna take you into the room. They gave me some wet naps, like heated wet naps, and they were just like, you know, wipe the area and then get on the bed. I had worn a dress, I think. Yes, I wore a dress because I was just like, tip, don't wear like jeans pants. I mean, you could wear sweatpants, but I feel like for dignity's sake, like when they told me, they were like, you know, take your underwear and everything off and lie on the table. and you're lying on the table, like they're not in there with you. Obviously they're giving you time to take your clothes off and do everything, and they're preparing stuff, so you're just lying on the table. I feel like if you wear jeans or pants or shorts, it's like you're just lying on the table with your shirt on. At least with the dress, you can kind of cover up yourself until they get back. It's easier to just pull it up once they start. So yeah, I would wear a dress. It's hard in the winter time because, you know, it's cold, but I feel like you can make it work. I mean, you'll figure it out. But yeah, it's just easier that way. Or, you know, you could really just wear like sweatpants. And it's more comfortable as well, wearing something that's not harsh on the skin afterwards, or not too tight on your body afterwards. So yeah. So anyways, I'm sitting on the table, and then, you know, naked from waist down. I covered myself a little with my dress. And then she came in and she was just like, yeah, this is what we're gonna do. She explained everything to me, which I found like that was really helpful. I would say I was nervous, but not exactly. I know waxing is painful, but I have a higher pain tolerance, or when it comes to, I might not have that high of a pain tolerance, but if I'm reacting to pain in front of other people, I'm not gonna start crying. Like as long as people are there, you won't get a tear out of me. I don't know why, but so I was like, it might be painful, but I know I'm not gonna react to it that way, like as if it's painful. And so I wasn't too worried about that. I was just worried about having to have my legs busted wide open. So I'm on the table, and you know, she's like, okay, okay, this is your leg, right? I'm on my rocket chair, y'all. Hopefully this thing don't tilt back. So you have to kind of prop your legs up like in this position. So I don't know, so you know, like that on the bed. I don't know, if you go to a gynecologist to get that little thing done, you kind of have to plop your foot like that. So you have to do that, and then you have to bend your legs back all the way, you know, while they're bent. So it's kind of like if you're doing like hip thrusts in that frog motion, where you kind of just have to have it all out in a wide V. So I kept trying to, like, I wasn't putting my foot all the way. She was like, yeah, you have to put it all the way back. She kept having to push my feet back, and I'm just like, this is so awkward. Like, this is weird. At least when you go to the doctor, you're like, okay, this is what they have to do. But this is just like, oh my God. So she's talking to me as she's doing this, you know, she's pretty chill, and she was asking me like what I'm doing, where do I work, you know, stuff like that. And I'm just like, thank you, but oh my God, this is awkward. Anyways, for sugaring, I don't know if that's how they do it for every wax, but for sugaring, they put a lot of baby powder on you. Well, not baby powder, not talcum powder, but a different type of powder, because she did make that clear, like, hey, we don't use a certain powder, like, you know, Johnson & Johnson's getting sued right now. But yeah, so she put powder, and she puts a lot of powder on me, y'all. And then she has this fan blowing, so all this powder kept like blowing on me. I'm just like, do y'all need to use that much powder? But I don't know, that's what they do. I guess it makes it less painful, and it allows the wax to stick better when you put a lot of powder. So it's a lot of powder, and then they had the fan blowing right into your vagina, and you know, powder getting everywhere. And you know, she started waxing, and yeah, I will say it was painful. I'm not even gonna lie, it was painful. Like, I jerked a couple times. You know your legs start trembling. My legs started trembling because I was just like, I had to hold it in that position. And then she's yanking. I felt like she would yank, like, I guess the V, the top part, is it on here? I was trying to find a picture, but the V part isn't like the top part of your vagina isn't like as painful. it's still painful, but it's not as painful. And you know, it's quick, like, but then the lips of it, I feel like that's where it was like the most painful for me. Like at one point I really thought she waxed my whole thing off. Like I felt like if I wiped down there it would be bleeding. Like that's how painful it was, but it was quick, you know. As with waxing, like the pain's there but it's quick. So that's where it was painful. And you know, you have to really get in there because it's folds. So you know, she had to be getting in there, having a re-wax. And then it came for the other embarrassing section, which is your booty. Your booty, your perineum. Yes. So you know, with a Brazilian, they wax everything, all of that. If you do a bikini or stuff, it's a little different, but yeah, Brazilian, all of it. So I watched a few videos, you know, for that process, and I've seen people get on like their hands and knees, but for her, I guess they did different. You had to pull your legs back, so you had to, oh my god. So this was you had to pull your legs back. So it's just right there. I'm just like, oh my god, can this get any more embarrassing? Like, really? So yep, my booty hole was just there, like, hey. And I was over it. But yeah, she did it, you know, she waxed it up real quick and it was done. So after that, I had to clean all this powder off of me. It was powder everywhere. I did my makeup that day. I had to be like patting my cheeks to get like the powder off. I'm like, y'all, why do you guys have to use this much powder? But you know, in that moment, I was like, I just want to get this over it. So yeah, I wiped up all the powder. They do give you a lot of like warm wet naps to do it. And yeah, she did tell me though that I had a lot of ingrown hairs. Well, not a lot, but like I had, so I needed to make sure that, you know, I take care of that. And then she did ask me, she did tell me, like, I guess I shaved and I thought it had enough time to grow out, but I guess it kind of needs to grow out to, like, she said the size of the length of a rice, you know. So some areas it was a little harder. She had to go back over it with the wax to get it because it wasn't as long for the wax to attach to it. So yeah, after that, you know, they heckle you into buying products and stuff. So I ended up buying 2 products. So the other one is in my bathroom. It's all wet though. It's just for exfoliating. So it was like a scrub, and it was nice. I probably wouldn't use it too much though, because like I said, I have really sensitive skin and I have to use certain types of moisturizers and soaps so that like I don't get irritated down there. This one, the scrub that I bought from them was scented, so it's like flower, I forgot what flower it was, but it was scented. So I used it though, and you know, it did make me break out, but I guess after you continuously use it, if you have sensitive skin, it should like go away. And then I also got this product by them. It's a brightness serum. So if you shave a lot, you know, if you're always shaving, even it goes for your armpits too. If you're black, if you're a colored person, you tend to have like a higher chance of hyperpigmentation. So down there it tends to be darker, and you're like, why? There's no sunlight down there. But yeah, it gets darker with shaving, you know. So I got this, and so far it has really been helping. Like I've been using the scrub and this every day. Like I try to use it every day or every other day, because it's okay to use it every day. So once I started doing that, I noticed that I didn't have any ingrown hairs. Like after I started using it, like where I had ingrown hairs, like the hair started growing normally, and my skin started to like lighten out down there to like match the rest of my body. So I will say, if you guys are like looking to get rid of the hyperpigmentation, you have to be consistent with whatever product you're using. I don't know necessarily like how to get this product because it's by them. I did ask them if they sold it online and they said no. So I feel like you just have to look for different brightening serums. There's so much online. And yeah, you have to be consistent with it, because I have been trying to get rid of hyperpigmentation before, but I wasn't consistent, and so nothing happened. But now that I'm using this and I'm scrubbing, I'm exfoliating down there, it's been good. I will say I haven't been back to wax since then, only because I haven't had the time. I go to school in a different city, so I would want to go back to where I did it the first time to do it continuously, but I haven't been back home since I've been at school, so it's hard. I was gonna just go to the European Wax Center now since I've done it before, and I think I'm gonna go. It's just every time I decide to go, something else comes up, or I spend the money, you know, broke college life, I don't got money like that, or yeah. So I will say though, waxing does really last. Like by 6 weeks, it was like barely here there. Like they say to come back every 4 to 6 weeks depending on your hair growth, and at 6 weeks I felt like I would probably have to wait like the 7th week to get it waxed, so that I could be at that point where they could easily attach the wax to it. So it does last long, I will say that. It's pretty, like once you wax and you just continue to exfoliate, you should be fine. And then I would say, yeah, just try to keep up with it. I'm definitely gonna go back. I have used, like, so now, because I haven't been back in, it's now October, I've, you know, had to, you know, groom down there, you know, can't have it like a forest. So I have used Nair, and you know, it's worked fine. But I would say not to shave, because shaving just puts you right back where you started with a lot of ingrown hairs. It tends to break you out if you went from waxing right to it. So just be careful, or if you do decide to shave, make sure you exfoliate before and after you decide to shave down there, and you know, use the proper creams just to prevent it. I will say witch hazel is another good product to use on your skin down there if it's inflamed, if it's like breaking out. It tends to help with that. I've been using it. I've used witch hazel for everything, which is crazy because before, like not even last year, this year in March is when I started using witch hazel. Before that, I had no knowledge about witch hazel. So yeah, I've used it for everything. So definitely get you some witch hazel if you decide on getting a wax. It's good for everything though. But yeah, anyways, I hope you liked this video. I hope I talked about everything that you were interested in. If you have any other questions, please let me know in the comments below, and also please make sure to like and subscribe to this video in this channel, because hello, is free. I will try to make more videos continuously. I know I've been like slacking with uploading like I said I would, but you know, it's been with school and everything, but I'm definitely gonna be on it. I didn't get to do Vlogtober, but I'm definitely gonna be on it. So yes, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.